at Barre. My name is Jamie Monsef, owner of Align Pilates Studio, and I'll be guiding you through your exercises today. For this class, you'll need a high-backed chair to act as your bar. You'll also need a TheraBand. You could use a pair of stretchy yoga pants if you don't have a TheraBand, or you could use a pair of nylons. And we'll also need a foam roller. Now, if you don't have a foam roller, it's really no problem. You can do the exercises on the mat. You could use a pillow to support you instead. And then you'll also want to have a mat or maybe a folded blanket to support your back and make it more comfortable when we do exercises lying on the floor. As always, with all of the exercises, make sure that you're not feeling any tension anywhere in your body. If you do, modify the exercises so that you're working on the appropriate muscular groups. Let's begin. We're going to start by waking up our nervous system. So the first thing we're going to do is take our fingertips and we're going to use them like little raindrops. So they're going to gently tap our face, waking up our skin and our fascia, and tap the neck and the chest. We're going to bring those fingertips toward the arm and all the way down the fingertips. Now flip the hand over it and tap up the arm across to the other side. Now we're changing arms, going down, flip the arm over, tap up the inside, bring it back to the front. And now we're going to tap down through the abdomen, waking up that digestive system. We're going to soften the knees as you tap down the thighs, the knees, the shins, all the way to the toes. Now we're going to tap around to the back side, up the calves, the hamstrings, the glutes, the lower back. Bring it back around to the front. We're going to tap up the chest, the neck, and the face. Bring it all the way to the top of the head and to the back of the head to tap the neck. Bring it back up to the top of the head and to the front of the face. Now we're going to change and tap, or not tap, we're going to slap. So we're going to slap little tiny slaps, not too hard, not so hard that you're making your skin red, right? Tap it through the front, tap down one arm, just hard enough so that you really feel the sensation of your skin waking up. Flip it over, tap the inside, bring it back to the chest, tapping down through the front, the thighs, the shins, the feet, all the way to the back side, the calves, hamstrings, glutes, the lower back. Bring it back around to the front, tapping back up the chest and the neck, nice and gentle on the neck, tapping the face, the top of the head, the back of the head and neck. Bring it back to the top of the head, and now we're going to go into some brushing. So we're going to brush nice and light. Let those fingers drag on your skin, brushing the neck, down the arm, and flip it over to the other side, to the other arm, and brush it down off any negative energy. Just send it away. Bring it back to the front, and brushing down your chest and your abdomen. Brush down your thighs and your shins down to your feet. Brush up now. So we're going to brush up our calves, brush up our hamstrings, our glutes, and we're brushing up through the front toward our heart, right? Brush up the chest and the neck, the head. Brush up from the neck to the top of the head. Brush up any negative energy you have. From there, let's shake everything out. Shake, 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 shake your feet and your arms. Let everything go loose. And we're going to bring it back to the center. So bringing those feet into our parallel position, hip distance apart. We're going to soften those knees and just do little bounces of the knees. So as you bounce your knees, just allow those arms to swing with you, nice and relaxed. So imagine that your arms are like a rag dolls. Okay, no effort. They're just swinging due to your bouncing. And then we're going to make a little bit bigger swings, but instead of it really feeling like you're coming from the shoulder area with those swings, I want you to feel like you're throwing your arms from your midsection, okay? So we're going to take that inhale through the nose, and we're going to exhale. We're going to do big swings. And you can let your torso turn in response. But again, I want you to feel the ground sending energy up your feet, up your inner thighs, pelvic floor. That energy is just swinging out your arms. We're going to add some marches in 2 and 1. So we're going to march. Opposite arm as leg. And again, we're allowing ourselves to rotate the torso. That way our whole body is waking up and getting warm. Working our core as we're challenging that stability a little bit by bringing that leg up. And 2 and 1. From here, we're going to side step, little side lunges. Allow your torso just to respond to the movement of shifting your weight to one foot. So torso can go ahead and drag over. Like Charlie Chaplin has his cane and he's pulling you across with the rib cage. Nice and relaxed. And we're going to add arm sweeps. And we sweep the arm. Again, I want you to feel like you're tossing it from your midsection. Again, nice and light in the arms. They're just moving out along the side because the torso is throwing them. And 2, we're going to move the arms overhead. And you can allow the head to turn, again, in response to the torso and the arms. Nice little active stretch for our sides. And 2 and 1. Bring it back to the center, and we're ready to use our TheraBand. Take your TheraBand and wrap it around your back. Now you want to try to keep your TheraBand as wide as you can so that you really feel that connection to your rib cage. It's adding a little bit of proprioception or an understanding of where our body is in space when we wrap our TheraBand around nice and wide. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and cross that TheraBand. We're going to reach those arms forward, and we're going to go into a little pro and retraction of the scapula. So from here, we're going to take an inhale to reach the arms forward and exhale to draw the scapula in and down your back. So from the back, it looks like this. We're going to inhale, reach forward. Now watch that the shoulders aren't lifting, but you keep the shoulders nice and relaxed, and then draw the scapula in and down your back in a V pattern. So again, we're inhaling to reach it forward and exhale. One more time, arms are staying nice and straight, don't bend those elbows. Bring them back to the center. From there, we're gonna grab a little bit closer in toward that cross. We're gonna open those arms up. Elbows are in towards your rib cage. Let's have our feet nice and hip distance apart. Scapula is connected to those ribs, shoulders are open. Take an inhale and exhale. You're just going to reach sideways. You're going to feel a little bit of closure of that band around your ribs. Exhale. So facilitating that slide and glide of the rib cage toward that pelvis. Exhale, press. Inhale in. One more time, but now if it's too tight, go ahead and just grab a little farther out on your band. From here, we're going to lift up one leg. Now since this is the intermediate level, we're going to go all the way up and lift it up toward our knee on the other side. Now if you do feel like you want to have a little bit more stability in that balance, you can always lift up the heel and keep the toes connected. Or we're going to lift the foot up, take an inhale and exhale to press it out wide for 4. Exhale, 3. Shoulders stay nice and relaxed. 2 and 1. Other side. Inhale. Exhale, inhale, exhale, and press out. So my arms are going at a 45-degree angle. And 2 and 1. And bring it back to the center. We're going to alternate the arms. Alternate. 4. And exhale, 3. Here we're focusing on keeping the torso from shifting. Right? Waistline is staying the same. 1. Now we're going to bring one leg up, same arm as leg. press it out for 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it in, other side. We're working those triceps. You also feel work in those deltoids or your shoulders. Last one. Bring it down. Grab in just a little bit more now. We're going to do external rotation at the shoulder joint. So again, we're going to take an inhale and exhale just to open those arms to the side. Now here, we're going to really watch that we're not allowing the chest to expand, the ribs to expand forward. Keep those ribs nice and stacked over the pelvis. Last one, you should feel this work in the back of your shoulder, not the front of your shoulder. If you feel that work in the back of your shoulder, you want to put a pillow underneath your armpits. Okay. And 2, last one, other side. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the center. From there, we're going to take our TheraBand, bring it out from behind our back and to the front. So we're going to hold onto the TheraBand, palms down. Take an inhale and exhale as you press the band wide. Now, if you want it a little less tension, you can open your hands out a little bit wider. If you want more tension, bring your hands closer together. So we're working the back of our shoulder with this one. Take an inhale and exhale, so press our arms out for 4, exhale, 3. Now, if this doesn't feel good for your shoulders, you could also do it low down. You could also do those external rotation at the shoulder joint instead. Exhale, press it nice and wide. Last one. From here, we're going to shift one leg out to the side. So we're in a tendu position. Our heels are lined up. We're going to reach the leg up a little bit, so 1 inch about. Now here, watch that you're not side bending. Okay, so it's nice and even on both sides of the waistline. We're going to exhale, press it out for 4. Exhale, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back to the center. Other side. Reach the toe out to tendu. Lift it up 1 inch. Again, I want you to think about reaching your toes out of your hip as you press out for 4, 3. Nice job. 2, 1. Bring it back to the center. From there, we're going to just press out in little pulses for 10, 9, 8. Watch the chest is staying nice and stacked over that pelvis. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Whew, you should feel nice and warm through those shoulders now. Take your band, open it up, and you're going to step in the center of it. So try to have your band as wide as possible when you put your feet in. And then you're going to have about equal pieces of band on each side. We're going to start off with our bicep curls. We're going to thread the band through the thumb and the first finger with our palm facing in so that your wrist is in a nice straight position and it is not bent in any direction, but we're neutral in the wrist. Okay, so feet are hip distance apart. Our heels are right underneath those sit bones. Our navel's lifted up to our heart to activate that transverse abdominis. We're going to take an inhale on the exhale. We're just going to bicep curl for 8 and 7, 6. Shoulders are nice and wide. And 3, 2, and 1. We're going to go down in our squat for 8. Come up. And 7, 6. As we're going into our squat, our eye focus is going down toward the floor. Knees are reaching over those toes. Our head is balanced on those shoulders. We're going to stay down and bicep curl for 8, 7. Watch that you're not looking straight ahead, but your head is gazing down toward the floor slightly. And we're going to alternate. And we go 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. In 2, we're going to add elevator squat. So we're going to alternate for 4, coming up to standing. Then we go back down to your squat. 2 and 1. And up. 2, 3, and 4. Go down. 2. You should feel nice and warm in those biceps now. Up. 2, 3, and 4. Down. 2, 3, and 4. Bring it back to the center, and we're gonna open for abduction of the arms. So we're gonna take an inhale and exhale. Open those arms out to the side. And 2, exhale, 3. This is shoulder work. Make sure that those shoulders are nice and open. We're gonna add our squat. 4 and 3. These are shooting over those toes. 2. Last one, stay in the squat. 4, 3, 2, 1. Alternate. Here again, we're watching that we're not shifting the torso, we're not shifting the ribs or the hips. And 1. Elevator squat up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Down we go. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. Up again. And 4, 3. We're still smiling. 2, and 1. And down. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Stay there and pulse. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, and 7, 8. Come up. From here, we're going to turn to the side, go into a lunge. Our TheraBand is under that front foot. And we're in that lunge. Our toes are pointing straight ahead. We're in that slight tilt with the torso. And we're going to be working our triceps as we extend our arms. So again, more tension, grab lower, less tension, grab higher on the band. We're going to take that inhale and exhale, so straighten those arms for 8, 7, 6, nice wide smiling collarbone, 2, 1. We're going to point our toes in the back for 8. Little rocking triceps. 6, exhale, 5. Navel's lifted. And 3, 2. We're going to stay there. And 1. Now just lift the toes for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, and 2. We're going to stay lifted for 8. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep that pelvis nice and still. Lower all the way down. Other side. So from here, go ahead and step your other foot into the band. Going into that lunge, right? We want to think of our torso as a ski slope. One long line from our heel to our hip to the top of our head. Take that inhale and exhale as we extend those arms for 8, 7, 6. Navel's lifted. 4, 3, 2. Adding that tendu to the back. Rock and back. 2 and 3, 4. Knees are still open over the second toe. And last one, stay there. Little PKs in the back. Again, you're not going to lift it so high that the pelvis tilts. Pelvis stays nice and still. And I want you to think about reaching your toes out of your hip as you lift. I lost count. You're going to do 1 more. Now pulse it here. We go 8, 7, 6, 5. You should feel glute. And bring it back in. Nice job. I've brought my chair over for the next section so that if you lose your balance, you have something to hold on to. Again, if you don't have a chair handy, you could go to a countertop or you could hold on to the back of a couch. So from here, we're going to go ahead and switch the position of our foot in our band. So we're going to turn the foot and place it lengthwise in the band, right? So now we're not going across, but we're going lengthwise in the band. We're going to place the band to the outside of the hip. And from here, we're going to take our foot and tendu it to the front. Now, when you're doing this tendu, make sure that you're not sickling your foot or bringing your big toe toward the inside of your, or the midline of your body. You want to be reaching the pinky toes toward the outside wall. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and tendu to the front. Flex the foot and ready for point and flex. So again, if you want a little bit more tension, just choke up on the band. Take an inhale and exhale as you point the toe and flex. And 7 and 6. Our standing leg is working really hard. Our abductors, our kneecaps pulled up. And 3, 2, still lifting up and out of your pelvis. We're going to circle for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4. Really feel all of your toes working. 2, and 1. Reverse for 8, 7. Keep growing up and up and up. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're ready to go into the train. So from here, let's flex the foot. We're going to bend the knee. Let's bring our hand up just a little bit more. So now it is at a 90-degree angle. It's going to stay there. It's not going to move. So from here, we're going to stretch the leg out. Drag our foot down toward the floor. Bend it up and reach. This is our train. And 2. Last 1. Reverse. I'm feeling a ton of work on my supporting side, more than I am on my working side. And 1. Bring it out. We're going to extend our leg out to the side. Here, watch that you're not hugging that hip up. We're going to keep it nice and relaxed. Glutes are nice and tight on that supporting side. Abduction for 8, 7, 6. Keep reaching that heel away from your center. 3, 2, stay there. Little pulses for 8, 7, 6. Keep growing. 3, 2, and circles. And we're going to just do 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 5, 4. How still can you be? 2, 1. Bring it in. Bend those knees. That should have felt like a ton of work on that standing leg. Little bit of body bounces, and we're ready to go to the other side. I've placed my chair on the other side, and now we're ready to switch legs. So we're going to go ahead and place the band lengthwise. We're going to hide our toes and our heel in the band. And let's go ahead and grab it up. I'm going to grab a little bit tighter. Straighten that leg out to the front. The heel should be in line with your hip. So we're going to take an inhale on the exhale. We're going to point and flex those toes for 8 and 7. Watch that as you're standing here, you're not sinking into that hip. That really throws you off balance, number 1. You're trying to keep the pelvis nice and level, right? So you should be feeling a lot of work on that standing abductor or the outside glute. 2 more. Last 1. Here, keep the thigh nice and still as you do those circles, making sure that it's not turning in and out, turning out and in as you're going, but it's staying nice and isolated at the ankle joint. And 2 and 1. Reverse those circles. For 8, we're going to try to hit all the numbers in our clock. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, keep growing. 2, we're still smiling. 1, bring it back to the center, ready for our train. So we're going to grab up a little bit. We're going to take this time. Maybe you need to take a break for a second. Shake out your feet. Okay. Bring yourself back up to the center. And we're ready for the train. So again, we've got that nice 90-degree angle in the arm. We're going to take an extension out to the front, lower it down, and lift it up. So again, keeping both sides of the waistline nice and even. 1 more time, we're working the quadricep. We're going to reverse those circles. So we're going to lift it up. And 3, 2, and 1. Whew, I almost lost my balance there. We're going to take our legs out to the side. Give yourself a little shake out. Okay, so ready for our abduction again. Heels are in line with each other. I'm going to make sure that that leg isn't floating out to the front, that it's staying right in line with your hip. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and reach it out to the side, lower it down towards the ground, and lift it back up for 8, 7. Keep growing. You should feel that inner thigh when you're standing like working. And 4, 3, 2, 1. We lifted up, pulse for 8, 7, 6. I feel burning through the leg. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And reverse those circles, or going backwards with those circles. And 2, and 1. Now we reverse. And 5, 4, 3, 2. Are we shaking at 1? Bring it back to the center. Oh, it feels so good to bend those knees and have both feet firmly on the floor. Bring it back up to the center. Let's take a breathing moment and take our foot out of the band. And we're gonna go ahead and just set it on the chair. Going into a nice figure 4 stretch. This should feel really good. So we're gonna take our, let's do the one that we just worked, right? So I felt tons of work on that standing leg. So I'm gonna take up my right foot, it might be your left, and we're gonna go ahead and send your sit bones back. So you really wanna feel your tailbone lifting up toward the ceiling for this stretch here. Now, if your knees don't love this stretch, you can always have your feet on the floor and the knees pretty much lined up, and just bend the knees and just gently shift your hips over to one side. And just take a nice deep breath in, feel that head balanced on your shoulders. One more inhale, and exhale, come up other side. Nice deep breath in. Go ahead and keep that foot that's across nice and flexed, right, to really stabilize that knee. A nice deep breath in, really reach those tail feathers. Oh, I had probably another inch I could reach. Keep those ribs pulled up. One more nice deep breath in, and exhale, come up. And we're ready for plies. So go ahead and place your feet hip distance apart, okay, hip distance. And then as you're doing your plies, it's important to make sure that those knees are stacked right over top of those second toes. Our torso is going to be nice and vertical for our plies. However, if you do feel knee pressure, go ahead and allow yourself to hinge slightly. So we're just going to start off with a plies. So we're going to take an inhale to bend those knees, and exhale, really feel the floor press up into your feet, and that energy send all the way up through the pelvic floor. And we've got 4 more. And 4. Kneecaps pulling out, those glutes are lifting. And 1, releves. Now here, again, keeping the weight on the big toe and second toe. No weight on those pinky toes. We're not allowing our heels to drift outward, out to the side. Exhale. And 3. And 2. And 1. We're going to plie over and up. Plie and lift. We're allowing the ankle joint to really flex. So try not to push your weight over your toes, right? But keep that weight centered on the ball of your foot. And 4, 3, 2, last 1. Now we're gonna pulse down. We go down for 3, 2, 1, and up. Go 3, 2, 1, and down, and 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, we go down, and 3, 2, 1, and up. 3, 2, 1, last time. Down, 2, knees are still over those toes, up, 2, 3. Let's go down, lower and lift those heels for 8, and 7, and 6. Feel your inner ankles staying close. And 4, 3, you should feel quads. 2, and 1. Let's do a little running for 8, 7, 6, 5. We got this. 4, 3, 2, and 1. From here, we're gonna lower both heels down, ready for our train. We're gonna lift it up and over, lower the heels and stretch. Releve, plie, lower the heels and stretch. Releve, plie, lower and lift. Releve, plie, lower, reverse, plie. Lift the heels all the way up and down. Plie and lift. Navel's up and down. Plie, lift, up. One more time. Plie, lift, up and down. And we're ready for flat back extension with pulses. So we're going to go ahead and take a step away from our chair so that when we arabesque it over, we're not going to be so close to the chair that our shoulders shrug up to ears and we feel like we don't have any space in our torso and our upper body. So we want to take a step back, and we're going to go ahead and tendu our outside leg to the back. From here, we're going to hinge forward and reach for the chair. So now we just have a slight bend in those arms. Knees face the outside, or the working knee is facing the floor, and we have our hips are nice and square to the floor. So we're watching out, we're not extending through the back, but we are nice and neutral, looking straight down. We're going to take an inhale on the exhale. We're going to pulse our leg up, keeping our neutral pelvis for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. We're working those glutes and hamstrings. Keep it up. Now we're going to bend our knee and bring our heel in and extend and straight. Try to keep that thigh nice and lifted. Don't let it drop. The more you keep it lifted, the more work you're going to feel those glutes and hamstrings. And 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to pulse it, and 1. Stay there. We're pulsing it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Bring it in. Woo! Okay. So again, I felt most of that work on my standing leg. So I'm going to bring that leg across to our figure 4 stretch. Give myself just a little sit in it. Bring it up one more time. And then we're going to go to the other side. So now the outside leg is working. We've got our opposite leg, and we're going to be reaching that leg to the back. Let's tip ourselves forward. Make sure that you have enough space in your upper body. And our ribs are nice and lifted. Pelvis is square. We're going to go ahead and pulse it up for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Feeling those glutes. 2, 1. Keep it lifted as you bend the knee and pull the heel in for those hamstrings. So pull it in and reach. Pull. Feel that kneecap pull all the way up. Nice, really tight quads. And pull and reach. And 2. Last 1. This time we're going to keep it in. Pulses up. Ribs are still lifted. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And you made it across. We're going to take that standing leg and sit back into that figure 4 stretch. And we can flex that heel or flex that ankle for nice stability in that knee. And let's just do that one more time. And bring it up. Let's just cross our outside foot over, and we're just going to do a little side stretch, reaching up to that opposite diagonal, and relax the arm. And again, just reach and relax. One more time, stretch and release. And the other way, and I'll shift from the back, and we're going to reach it up, stretch and release. Reach, drop, one more time, stretch, and release. So here I wasn't lifting the shoulder, but really stretching through the side. Okay, and we're ready for the roller. I've now taken away my chair and brought in the foam roller and my mat. So go ahead and take away the props that you need to take away and bring in those that you need. So now we're going to go down onto the mat. We're going to do some ab work. We're going to place the roller down at the bottom where our feet would go. And we're going to go ahead and roll onto our back with a nice neutral spine. Then from there, let's bring our feet onto the roller. Draw the roller up. We're just going to walk the roller up and then place one foot over the roller and then the next foot. So now we're going to draw the roller all the way up to the sit bones. From there, bridge up, and you're going to place your sacrum on the roller, your pelvis on the roller. So you want to be in a position where it feels comfortable, and that if you bring your feet up into the air, you're not going to roll off of the roller. Now, if the roller doesn't feel good underneath your pelvis, if it doesn't feel good on your back, you can just use a pillow instead. So you're going to take that inhale and exhale as you kegel and imprint the pelvis. So we're reaching our lower back down toward the roller. Take an inhale and exhale, bring one leg up to your tabletop. Inhale and exhale that second leg up. So we're trying to keep our pelvis nice and imprinted here. So try not to let your pelvis rock in this position. Going into our toe taps, we're going to take an inhale and exhale as we send our toes down toward the floor, and then inhale back up. Now your toes don't need to touch the floor. You're only going to a place where you feel like you can stabilize that imprinted pelvis without pressure in your lower back. Inhale up, exhale, and inhale. Exhale to lower, feel that opening at the hip joint and bringing it back in. And hip joints open, we're maintaining that nice 90-degree position in the knees. And last one, feeling the weight of the mid-back resting on the mat. Going into your single leg extension. Inhale and exhale as you reach one leg as low as you can stabilize. Inhale from the center. Exhale. And inhale. Again, maintain that beautiful imprint. And now we're going to go a little bit faster. Go 1 and a 1, 2, and a 3, 4, a little bit more dynamic, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Bring both knees together. Take an inhale and exhale. Both legs are going to reach away for a double leg stretch, and you're going to take your legs as low as you can stabilize that imprint. Again, we're watching that the lower back doesn't arch away from the mat, and that the belly button doesn't lift up to the ceiling, but that the belly button stays drawn in toward your spine. One more time, reach it out. Bend those knees, point up to the ceiling for scissors. We're going to inhale and exhale. We're going to scissor our legs, one toward our chest, the other one down toward the floor, and we're pulsing 2 times. Inhale, bring it through the center. Exhale, we pulse, pulse, inhale. Again, we're trying to make this as dynamic as possible. So really reach, reach, and draw it up. Draw it up. Reach, reach, and quick together. Reach, reach, and quick together. And reach. Now feeling that stretch in the hamstrings. Your knees could be slightly bent if that position is too much pull on those hamstrings. One more time. Bring it back to the center. From there, we're going to do our windmill. So we're going to scissor our legs open. And then we're going to rotate them out to the side. Imagine that you're drawing a big circle with your toes and then bring it in. So we're cutting a pizza in half. We're going to draw the outline of the circle. Bring it back to the center and in. So we cut it in half. We open. The other leg comes in front and bring it together. The leg that just came in is going to reach back up and open, cross, and in. Last time, open and cross and in. From there, bend those knees, place one foot down and then the next foot down. Lift your pelvis and just roll that roller down towards your feet. We're going to place the feet on, ready for our shoulder bridge. So pelvis and spine are neutral here. And we're going to think about them staying like a board the entire time. So we're not going to roll through the spine with this one. Again, feet are hip distance apart, shoulders are open. We're going to take that inhale and exhale as we kegel and lift the pelvis. Glutes are nice and active, hamstrings are active. Inhale to stay and exhale as you lower the pelvis, releasing those glutes as you lower back down. If you keep them clenched, you're going to end up keeping that curve in your lower back. Okay, so you're going to take that inhale and exhale as you kegel and lift. So what happens if I keep them clenched? As I lower my pelvis, I'm going to have to create a curve in my lower back, right? So I want to be able to keep it neutral. So we inhale and exhale, so we kegel and lift. Inhale, now we have to slightly release the pelvis. So our pubic bone is reaching through the thighs as you lower back down. Now this time we're going to stay up. From here, we're going to draw the roller in by dorsiflexing at our ankle joint. And then we're going to plantar flex or point the toes. So we flex the feet, and then we point and flex and point. We got one more. Flex and point. Inhale, stay, and exhale as you lower down. If your hamstrings start to cramp, ditch the roller. Take that inhale and exhale. Again, lifting it up. We're going to inhale and point the toes. Exhale and flex the feet and draw the roller in. And point and flex. Two more. I should really be feeling hamstrings. Glutes, glutes, glutes. No lower back. And lower it all the way down. From there, we're just going to draw the roller up. Actually, we're going to push the roller down. And then we're going to roll off to the side and come up to sitting. Take the roller and place it down on your mat. From there, we're going to go ahead and roll onto the roller, but we're going to have our upper back supported by the roller. So the roller is resting underneath your scapula or your shoulder blades. Okay, so we're going to take an inhale and just bring our hands back behind your head and exhale just to stay there. We're going to inhale to open and extend over the roller. Exhale, we nod the head, flex it forward. And you can either come up to this flexed position or you take it to neutral if you have osteoporosis. Right, so we're going to inhale as we open and exhale. Nod the head and flex it forward. Again, inhale and exhale. Pelvic floor, navel to spine. Watch that you're not pulling the head forward, right? So nice and heavy head in those hands. We're going to stay there. And now we're just going to slide one leg out and bring it in. Exhale, slide, and in. Pelvis is staying nice and still. We feel like we've got that wide belt around the midline. We're going to inhale and extend over. Exhale, nod the head, flex it forward. This time we're going to slide the leg up. Now we're just going to lift it up 1 inch and lower. Exhale, 3. Using those lower abs, we're using our psoas, our hip flexors. And 2, and 1. Bring it in other side. Reach it out. Exhale and lift. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend it and extend over. Last time. Nod the head, flex it forward. This time we're going to stretch it out. Ground that moss. So we kick the leg up and lower it down. So we kick it up. Let's parachute it down. Kick and parachute. 2 more. Pelvis is staying still. Try not to tuck under. Last one. Bring it in again. You're using those lower abs. Stretch it out, and we kick it up and lower down. Try not to let the pelvis shimmy either, right? So you want to keep it as still as possible. Last one. Bring it in, extend over. Nod the head. Bring yourself up. Roll to the side. Then from there, we're going to place our roller underneath our head, right? So it's in the crook of the neck, right? Supporting the neck. And we're going to go into our spinal rotation from here. So our hips are stacked up. Our ribs should be stacked over top of the pelvis. So go ahead and take a look down and make sure that your ribs aren't jutting forward, that they are nice and stacked. Knees are just below those hips. So we're going to take an inhale, so we sweep the arm up to the ceiling. Exhale, so you continue to draw a nice wide arc. Inhale, we're going to breathe in through the ribs. And exhale, engage the abdominals as you close all the way back to the center. So we inhale up, exhale to open. Inhale, feel your ribs expand like an accordion. And exhale, navel the spine to close. This time we're going to stay there for 3 breaths. So we inhale up and exhale to open. Inhale through the top ribs. Exhale. Inhale. And we sink further down into the stretch. Inhale up. And exhale as we rotate closed. From there, before we go to the other side, we're going to go onto our knees. And then we're just going to sit back and allow our sit bones to open up as we stretch. We can extend the spine a little bit. Watch that you don't lift the head so that your throat's closed off. You want to make sure that, again, that line of the neck follows the line of the upper back. So here we're going to curl the tail under. We're going to drag the roller toward our knees and then send your sit bones away from your head as you unfurl into that cat stretch position. So we inhale and exhale as we curl the tail under. Stretch, stretch, stretch. My little puppy loves to do this as well. And then we extend and reach those tail feathers out nice and long. One more time. Exhale, curl the tail under. Shoulders are down, nice long neck. Inhale and exhale. Send the tail up toward the ceiling. And take that inhale and exhale, bring it back in, and we're going to go into the spinal rotation on the other side. So bringing that roller up, we're going to lie on the side. Again, we're going to stack the ribs over the hips. Make sure that those knees are slightly below the hips. Place those arms out in front. Take an inhale as you sweep the arm up to the ceiling. Exhale as you rotate open. Feel the weight in those knees. Take that inhale through the upper ribs. Exhale to soften into that stretch. Inhale, arm sweeps up to the ceiling. Exhale as you rotate closed. We're going to do that again. Inhale up. Exhale to open. Inhale up. Exhale closed. And last time, inhale. This time stay there for 3 breaths. Taking that nice deep breath in. And exhale, feeling everything pour out your fingertips. And again, inhale, taking in all the positive energy. And as you exhale, send out all negative energy. Inhale, arm reaches up to the ceiling. Exhale, as you close everything back to the center. From there, we're going to bend those knees. And sit crisscross. Now, crisscross doesn't feel good. You could sit on the pillow, you could kneel, or we're just going to place that roller out in front of us. We're going to take a nice inhale to nod the head for a spine stretch forward, rolling that roller away. Inhale and exhale as you engage the pelvic floor. Feel that energy lifting all the way up through your center. Stack it back up. Inhale, nod the head. Exhale as you kegel. Feel those ribs folding in and back to the spine. Inhale, shoulders are heavy. Exhale, navel's lifting up to your heart. And bring it back up last time. Inhale, nod the head. Exhale, you're peeling your spine off of an imaginary wall. Inhale and exhale. Come all the way back up to the top, weight on the sit bones, and you're all finished. Thank you for joining me for this intermediate bar workout. If you have questions about any of the exercises, please feel free to comment below and I'll respond as soon as possible. As always, please remember to like and subscribe to my channel to receive updates on my latest video content. Have a wonderful day.